In this particular video, we'll try to understand what is the meaning of front end and back end of every website. Although many students already know what it means, but there are some students who are pretty confused about these terms. So let's understand these terms, front end, back end. Now I'm sure you have already seen my video in which I have explained you how internet works. So we can assume as if the internet is this long cable on which many computers are connected. Some computers are clients and some are servers. A client is that computer which we use. So we normally serve the internet on our client machine. And the server is that computer which will host the website, which will store the website. It is live, it is on 24/7, it is never off. Okay. Now, what is the meaning of front end? So I'll give you the definition of front end. So the front end is that part of the website. The front end is that part of the code which executes on the client machine, on the client computer. So I hope you remember I had taught you how websites work. So what will happen is that whenever we open the browser and whenever we type a web address on the web, whenever we open the browser, we type the address of some particular website. After hitting the enter key, what will happen is our computer will contact the server and the server will send us three types of data to the client. Do you remember what that data is? So that is HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Now whatever is written in this HTML, CSS, JavaScript, it constitutes the front end of the website. Why the front end? Because whatever is there in these codes, it executes on the client computer. Okay, the HTML code, the CSS code, the JavaScript code, it runs on the client computer. And whenever the code runs on the client computer, it means that it is the front end of the website. Okay. So the definition of front end is that it is that part of the website which executes on client machine. If you understood this definition, then you also know the definition of the back end. So the back end of the website is that part of the website, is that code which executes on the server. And the back end is often written in SQL, PHP. Instead of PHP, we can use Java or Python. SQL is always there. Apart from SQL, you will need a language like PHP. If not PHP, then Java. If not Java, then Python. Sometimes we can use multiple languages also, like you can use SQL, Java, and also Python. Okay, but that rarely happens. Anyway, so what I was saying is that the back end of the website is normally written in these languages and the front end is normally written in these languages. The front end will execute on client and the back end will execute on the server. Now the front end is sometimes also called client side program and the back end is sometimes also called server side program. The names themselves are explanatory. Now, if you still don't understand what is the meaning of backend or front end, then let's take an example. Now, let's say you have logged on to your bank's website. Okay, so on your client machine on the browser, let's say you are giving something like www.sbi.co.in, where SBI is State Bank of India. Okay, so let's say you have logged into this particular site and now you are doing some kind of net banking over here. Now, when you log on to this particular site, the SBI server will obviously send some data to the client machine, that means your computer. So, that data which will run on your computer will constitute the front end of this website. And as I told you, that data will be in HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Now, what will be the backend over here? So, to understand this, let's take an example. It's quite interesting. Pay attention. Now let's say this is me, okay, connected to the computer, alright, sorry, connected to the internet. This is my computer and I am also connected to the internet. Now let's say you want to transfer 10,000 rupees to my account, okay. I repeat, let's say using the net banking of SBI, you want to transfer 10,000 rupees to me, to my account, alright. Now for that, what you will be doing is you will be using a facility called fund transfer of SBI. So what you will do is you will instruct your bank server to initiate the transfer to send rupees 10,000 to me. Okay. Now, over here, what will happen is your bank will send 10,000 rupees to me. After doing extensive processing, it will check multiple things, and only after that it will send the amount to my account. Now, there are many things which your bank's computer will do over here. There are many operations which your bank's website will do over here. But to keep the explanation simple, let's take a very simple case, very simple condition. Okay. Now, if you want to transfer 10,000 rupees to my account, you have already given directions to your bank server to transfer 10,000 rupees. Okay. Now, over here, what your bank's website will do is it will first of all check whether the balance in your account is greater than or equal to 10,000. Okay. So, somewhere in the bank's website, there will be this code which will check whether your balance is greater than or equal to 10,000. If it is greater than equal to, then the fund transfer will be initiated, else it will display a message something like insufficient funds. Okay. So if this condition is true, then only the fund transfer will be done. Now here I have a question for you. Tell me one thing, listen to the question carefully. Tell me one thing. What do you think this code, if balance greater than equal to 10,000, what do you think this code will execute where? Where in the sense, will it execute on the client machine or the server machine? Come on. If you want, you can pause the video and you can think about it. Think like a programmer. The answer is obviously the server. Okay. Now, why it should execute on the server, I'll tell you very soon. But the fact is that if this code executes on the server, then I will say that this will constitute the back end of the website. Okay. So the back end is that code which will execute on the server. And this code will be written in a language like PHP or Java or Python. Okay. Now, think like a programmer and tell me why this code won't execute on the client. Why the server will not send this code to the client? Tell me why. See, the answer is quite obvious, okay, and it's funny also, okay. Let's assume a situation in which the server sends this code to the client. Now, if you know programming a little bit, you don't need to be a genius also. If you know programming little bit, then you can perform modifications on this code, okay, and the code will execute. I mean, these statements will execute after modification. These statements will execute even if your balance is less than 10,000. Okay, did you understand what I said just now? You can perform modifications over here, after which the fund transfer will take place even if the balance is less than 10,000. So that becomes a security issue for the bank, and if the bank does this, then very soon your bank will go bankrupt. Okay, so that's why such sensitive code is never sent to the client. All these operations are always done on the server. So coming back to the point, if this condition is true, now the server will initiate fund transfer and the funds will be transferred to my account. So using this example, I tried to explain you what is the meaning of front end and back end. I hope you understood this.